Hello everyone, I'm here with Joanne in the lovely seaside town Southend-on-Sea, a ways out of London, but it's a very nice area. And Joanne is going to talk to us today about her business, which is quite unusual, so stay tuned and find out what she does. Oh, Joanne, how's your day been so far?
Eventful.
Eventful. So early?
Early, yes.
Okay. First of all, tell us where you're from.
Right. My parents are Jamaican born. I born in London, England. Lived there most of my life. Moved up to Southend 9 years ago, and thoroughly enjoying it.
What's Southend like?
We
know you've got the beach.
We've got the beautiful views of the beach. The water's very calming. I think it calms everybody up here because everyone seems to say hello and goodbye and how you doing, and it's a nice atmosphere to live in. Yeah.
Okay. Have you always lived in Southend?
No. As I said, born in Hackney, East London. Lived in Tottenham for a good amount of years, and now moved out of London into sunny Southend. Okay,
why did you leave London?
It's just the movement. It was a time for change, and you know, as you get older in years, I think you sort of want to slow down a little bit. And London's for when you're young and energetic and bustling. So yes.
Okay, so tell us about your business.
Okay, my business is called Cheers by Joes, and it's spelled Cheers because I like to paint chairs and I like to have a drink. So I put the two together, and it came up with that name. It's a business that just came to me, sort of, through my father, I would say. He was a carpenter and a very good, precise, meticulous carpenter. And I used to hang about with him a lot and want to help him. So he used to then give me a paintbrush and said to me, stick to the corners, stick to the lines, stay straight. And I thought, okay. And I enjoyed that. So I done that when I was from about 7 till 10. And then and didn't realise that later on in life, that skill was going to come back and help me and make me live again. Yeah.
And it's making you live again.
Yeah, yeah. Quite surprisingly, I started painting people's rooms, doing my own room, and enjoyed that, but quite energetic, up and down, round and around.
I can imagine.
I was actually walking one day past a second-hand shop, and I saw 2 bar stools. And I thought, I could paint them. So I got them, took them home, and that really was the start of me painting chairs. I painted them 3 colours. I liked the look of them. They were different, and I liked doing them. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this again. And that was 5 years ago. I done that, those first 2 chairs. And I haven't looked back since.
So, what are your operations like on a daily basis?
Well, at the moment, I've got quite a few orders coming in, which is great. So my day, it can be like a 24-hour day, because when I have numerous chairs ongoing at one time, I will have some that I'm painting, some I'm preparing, some that I'm varnishing. So I can kind of work around the clock. So when one's finished, I can then do another one and then go back to another one. And so I can find myself working nearly 24 hours a day.
So it's a full-time thing for you now?
Yes, it is. Particularly obviously if they're in numbers, which I love to work with more than one, because then I can keep it rolling, I can keep it functioning, and it just feels smoother. So a normal 24 hours can be quite energetic, but it's something that I enjoy doing.
Okay, so talk us through the process of designing your chairs from the beginning till the end?
Well, so basically, I source my chairs through, obviously, on social media. I do have a local lady in Southend who we are in cahoots now, and she does inform me when she gets the type of chairs that she knows that I like, which are mainly Urkel farmhouse vintage chairs. And so I'll go and get those, and she gets good quality, because not all chairs, obviously because of their age, are not in the best of conditions, so that is important to get the right ones. So I source those. I will then bring them home, sand them down, prime them, have them ready. Depending on design, I will either get templates, or I make up my own. I do my own design, because I make them made to measure to the chair.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they can be straightforward, and sometimes not. So, but that's not a problem. That's the challenge that I like. And then, so I will put that down. I will then obviously collate my paints, collate my colours, and start painting. It's all about drying time. It takes longer in the winter, because summertime the heat helps the drying process be quicker. So dependent on what the designs are, the chairs can take approximately 22 hours of manual work design, but then obviously drying times between painting and varnishing makes the process that bit longer.
Okay, you said your father was the inspiration behind you starting this business. What were you actually doing before you started this?
Before this, my career was, I worked as a secretary and worked my way up to personal assistant to CEOs and chairmen of companies. I enjoyed that. I think I'm quite meticulous in putting things together, making sure they're right, making things run smoothly. That's me. So that was a good job for me.
So do you think that has helped with you running your business now?
Definitely. I try not to leave no stone unturned. I've always got my list. Anything that he's doing, I've always making a point of doing it, and I like the point of completing that challenge and knowing that that's done and everything's smooth. Yes.
Nice. Okay, so let's move on to your experience of living in the UK. How long have you lived here?
Well, as I said, born here, so all my life. I mean, I've been to Jamaica at least 6 times in my life. I enjoy being born in England. Not saying it's the greatest place in the world, but it is. It's a good place for opportunities, and I think it's good for you. But
okay, so what's the comparison with Jamaica and the UK for you?
Well, for a start, the environment, the sea, the sun, the fresh food, and just being amongst your own people. It's comforting. I wish we could sort of have the best of both worlds, really, but unfortunately we can't. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you had the choice, would you go back to live in the UK? Jamaica, rather?
Oh yes. In an ideal world, yeah. I would love to. I mean, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't, obviously. I mean, if things go well for myself, if I was be able to live there for a while and live here, wonderful. So I could say
the dream for us all, I think.
Exactly, I think so. That is the dream, isn't it? So yeah, I would like to do that.
So, have you experienced much in the way of colour prejudice while you've lived here?
Colour prejudice, racism. I mean, yes, is the answer.
What have your experiences been in the workplace?
Well, definitely in my workplace, when I was doing my personal assistant work, I would find that the other personal assistant is doing half the amount of work that I'm doing and getting more pay. As I said, I think that's something that nearly every black person has experienced within when you're working. So, it's unfortunate, but that is what we have to go through. I find now doing what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm self-employed. I'm doing my own thing, not actually physically working with anybody. But obviously, I'm going out there and I'm putting my work out to different people, and going to different exhibitions and showing my work. I have found that I can feel a difference in different places that I exhibit my work.
Give us an example.
Well, there was a place that I'd done in Essex, and they friendly, but I could feel that a lot of footfall was just didn't want to look, didn't know how to communicate, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I tend to go to them with a leaflet, and that kind of breaks it down a bit. They're like, oh, so I find that helps, but it was a bit of a revelation when I first done that, because it was like, oh my God, but it's just something you have to take in, you have to absorb and rise above, and find other ways of including, let's say. That's how they feel.
So in terms of getting clients, do you have, is it mainly a black clientele you have?
Yes, I mean, first and foremost, it started off with friends and family. I think that's why I moved forward with it, because friends and family were wanting and saying to me I should put it out there, let other people, and they were getting feedback from people seeing the chair, and so yes, that started it off. I never thought I would go this far with it. I just an enjoyment, but I'm enjoying the pleasure that people are getting when they see them. So yeah, that in itself is a great feeling.
Well, I was certainly impressed, and you. I said I've never seen any of these before.
Thank you. Yeah, it's different. I get it, and that's good. It's good to be different. I didn't think it was going to have that kind of impact, but it has. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okay, you were telling me about some certain chairs that you're making for your mother.
Yeah, this is actually for my auntie, because she's it's a bit of a hip problem. So she's already got one of my vintage chairs, but she said she found it was a little too low. So I thought, okay, kept that in mind. So I looked around and I got sort of a bar stool, not as quite high as a bar stool, but sort of in between. And I thought this level, this height would be suitable for her. I showed her, and yeah, she's quite happy about it. She's excited about the chair. She's an Aries like myself, so I'm enjoying doing the chair. Well, I enjoy doing all my chairs, but this one it's nice because it's different. There's a collection of chairs that I've previously done and still doing. This is my Jamaica chair, and this is my Jamaica Ludo board, which is nice to do, different. This is my Kenya chair, which is a design that a lot of people tend to like. We've got our Jamaica chairs here. This one, my mum did like the fact of these colours, so I've done it in an array of colours that she wanted. We've got a Turkish chair here. This is, as I say, I like to be diverse in my work. Here we have Angola and Democratic of Congo. These are my first two chairs that I ever sold. Here we have two Jamaica thrones, as I like to call them. Here we have, this is my niece's company, and she's asked me to, I actually done that for her birthday. Enjoyed that. And here we have Harry Potter. It speaks for itself. That's a big one, this one. We have got a Teal UK, is what I call this one. I just enjoyed doing the different colours. It just shows the versatility that I can do. Here we have a memorial chair, which was very touching to do, and I enjoyed doing it and enjoyed how the customer felt. Trinidad and Tobago chair. Here we have St. Lucia and Dominica. Sri Lanka. an array of Trinidad, Grenada and Jamaica, UK. Here we have a mix-up of wherever you want it to be. Jamaican, the Irish, Scottish, it's all there. Here we have Liverpool and Eries. Great Britain, Chelsea, Italy, and just an array of diner chairs. Sunday brunch chair, which is personally done for my partner. A Gambia chair, which the Gambian Excellency has in her chambers. Southend United, Tottenham Hotspurs, West Ham, and that was for a particular client. And that's a selection of a few of my chairs.